You said the pyramids. What do you know about the pyramids in terms of what it meant to Native Indians and Seminole Indians?
Okay, so we had that common knowledge to actually build these structures in ancient times, and we are those 12 tribes from around the world, you know.
So we here with the Native Indians, the Navajo tribe, going into the teepee in D.C. by net to the monument.
One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but they abdominal. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical. Guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all stars. I coach them up like I'm Popovich.
The Lord's 48th annual Passover.
Sunday, April 9th at sundown.
$100 per person or $100 per family. Driver Community Center, Co-op City, the Boogie Down Bronx, New York.
177 Drives Loop, Bronx, New York. 10475.
$100 per person or per family. Send your funds in today, no excuses.
Down from $150 thanks to Commander Johnny Ahana. He pay your way, pay for somebody else's. Send in your funds today, no excuses.
I feel like for our tribe, our government, from what I learned, I work with Dora Fraki, and the research that I conducted, I learned that the BIA, the Bureau of Indian Affairs, and the federal government, they got together back in 1923 to, I guess, formulate the Navajo Nation government. And that was only so that they could put, how would I say this? Put 20 council to 40 council men and women. Okay, so they were going to put about 40 people in these positions, they call political positions, in our Navajo Nation government, to make decisions on our behalf. Before this happened, it was all left to the elders, and everything was just in balance. And ever since they came up with the Navajo Nation government, we've been lied to, our treaties have been broken, our resources are being drained from our land. And I was just telling our taxi driver that the uranium mining took out pretty much a whole generation. They were born with birth defects, they were born with mental disorders, and fracking to me is the next uranium devastation.
Right.
And you see the impacts already. We have our women being trafficked to the Balkansville and to Mexico. We have...
When you say traffic, just to elaborate a little bit. I mean, I may know, he may know, but
yeah,
we put all our material onto YouTube for our viewers.
For prostitution uses,
right.
And they pretty much, the men come onto our land, they drive oil trucks, they have permits to come through our reservation.
Which they shouldn't.
They should not, they should get permission, but they always do. And they also come into these restaurants where our Native women could be working, and they bribe them with money. We'll go for a shopping spree, and you can leave your job now. We'll go have fun. We'll bring you home.
And
they never come back. Yeah. So I learned that, and it's horrible, and it hurts because you see your sisters disappearing. You hear your women are being found in ditches right up the hill from where you live.
Right.
And they were, it's just, it happens. We're falling through the cracks that they're, making. So it's hurting our people. We are impacted. Our sacred site, Chaco Canyon, and she could talk about that. It's an ancient World Heritage Site. It's equally important to the pyramids of Egypt, pyramids down in Mexico, the pyramids in Sudan. They have alignments with the equinox, solstice, and to me, I think that's very powerful, and it makes us all equal because we had that common knowledge to actually build these structures in ancient times, and we are those 12 tribes from around the world. You know, the ancient stories that come along with it from Pueblo and Diné. Our creation story was there, and their people, the Pueblo people, built this structure.
Yeah, there's 19 Pueblos in New Mexico, and we're all in different places, but we all recognize that that's the one place that we all came from.
It's like a commonality.
Yeah, and that place has been in existence for over 2,000 years. Like Jim had mentioned, it has alignments to the equinoxes, the stars, incredible amounts of math and science and technology.
The same
Similar to the pyramids, and those structures have maintained,
the integrity. They
Yes.
haven't crumbled, they haven't collapsed.
They have crumbled, over.
Well, not to the extent of
No.
these
Not to the
buildings in
extent of.
DC, they redo them ever so often. I don't think anybody ever redid the pyramids.
Right.
Did infrastructure,
Yeah, there's a lot of it that still stands. It's like over 2,000 years old, and just that there was a lot of science, math, and technology that went into building that, and the same knowledge that was held in those tribal communities all across the world. And going back to something you were saying about why are these communities being targeted, I feel like they're targeting the women of these communities because women are the ones who pass down that culture and that knowledge, that traditional knowledge, to the next generation.
Because you are there's more interaction between mothers and children than fathers.
And so they're targeting these communities and women because they feel threatened because of the traditional knowledge that we have of how to live on the land goes against their whole system for profit.
Okay, but no one is okay. I understand exactly what you're saying, but okay, listen to this part of it for a second. The women in our communities are targeted because the gates of our communities have been destroyed or fallen weak.
Yes.
The same thing you were talking about with the Navajo government. Like before the elders made the decision, because it was a monarchy. It was respect for this person. He's been around the longest. He has his council who advises him, and he makes the decision. But the government is something different.
Yeah.
The politics there is different. And in our society, we were like a nucleus of a family on a big scale. Like a father would rule his home. He doesn't take a vote to decide what happens. He makes his decision after everyone's input. That's what happened with the elders. But now in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community, our leadership failed. And now everyone is prey to what's going on. But to say what you brought up about being threatened, I think, in fact, I know, based on what the Bible says, the prophecies, and the archaeological history, that the threat is these people are the 12 tribes of Israel. This is known. This is why America recreated Egypt and enslaved the same 12 tribes of Israel. Columbus didn't get lost. Columbus' diary said the queen sent him to find the slaves of Egypt. That's why he came to the New World. The threat is if we do wake up and start serving our true power, according to the prophecy, they are going to now be our slaves. That's why they gave us Christianity. They gave us Islam. They do everything to make sure we never come back to our true power, because at that time, we will be slaves. There's a statue, it's the American History Museum with, it's Roosevelt on a horse, and he has a Negro slave and a Native Indian slave on either side. And that's prophesied in the Bible. That's prophesied in the Bible. I would see servants on horses and kings on the feet. So that's the threat that they see. But I'm not going to hold you up too much longer unless you wanted to say something or add anything. And I'd like to hear from everybody because
I think that the technology she's speaking of, we had it spiritually and internally, and that's why we were able to do it with just like hands and our brains and our minds, like all around
us. The Bible says Israel, which is the sons of the power, we are a special people. Like no matter what, we are a very peculiar people. How we dress, how we talk, how we interact with each other, our laws are special. So what you're saying is the technology was in our spirit. That's the spirit of the Lord. That because we are his people, and no matter where we go and whatever they do to us, we never die, We always find some way to rebuild from scrap. And every other nation benefits off of us. Every other nation comes to, they're talking about immigration. The Asians are the #1, the biggest community of illegal immigrants in America. Why are they targeting Hispanics? You go to a Chinese restaurant now, they don't have green cards. They don't even speak English. They're the #1 illegal immigrants. 7-Elevens, your gas stations, they are the #1, the biggest community of illegal immigrants in America. Why are they targeting the Hispanics? Maybe because they own the land and they want to enslave.
My relatives, my name is Jode Gowdy. I serve as the chairman of the Yakama Nation, and I come here amongst each and every one of you to stand together in the proclamation that is referenced by Dave Archambault, the chairman of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. Please.
Our reservations spread out through Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico.
Yeah, theirs is all over.
Yeah.
Theirs is huge. Ours
we surround the Hopi reservation.
Four states.
The biggest tribe too.
Yeah, we definitely need to start coming together more because integration, as I say, colonization destroys us. Like that integrated into the society is not for us. It doesn't respect our laws. It doesn't respect our way of life. And because of it, we can't join them anymore. We can't do it. So, we definitely have to separate. I'll give
Putting
you
a square peg into a round hole.
That's what it is. Every generation is a
circular
new
peg into a square hole.
Oh yeah.
That's what it
Every
is.
generation there's a new push to reintegrate when it hasn't worked. It's never worked. It's never worked. And what they do is they wipe out our history of when our leaders would rebel. And I'm not just talking about the physical, violent rebel. I'm talking about let's stay separate. Let's separate. Tulsa, Oklahoma was a community built from slaves and Native Indians. And they never put that. They lie and say Native Indians enslaved black people, which is a lie. Like we had a common laws. And what did they do to Tulsa, Oklahoma? Drop bombs on Tulsa, Oklahoma. And murdered us. Like we need to fully separate from this country. You know what I mean? Because separate because it's not for us.
It's degrading to the soul and it disintegrates all our knowledge, common knowledge, I should say.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. It's not. It's like a caged animal. It's not saying we're animals, but it takes away your spirit.
Yes.
It makes you live in depression, and what comes with depression is a decaying lifestyle. And now they turn around and act like we are straying on their society when they made us this way. Like we are not the criminals, we're not the drug dealers and the thugs. They are. We try to be like them. You know what I mean? Scarface is not none of us. You know what I mean? Al Pacino isn't us, but they market that to us and we try to be like them. And now when we be like them, you're all thugs, criminals, this, that, the other. We need to separate. He's the deceiver of which the Bible says, and we need to separate from it. Because I noticed we don't have that common exchange between the 12 tribes.
They've tried to separate us.
They have to.
By saying you're this group, you're that group, and you should be afraid of each other.
Yeah.
But I mean, the archaeology speaks. Even the way we dress, the fringes, the border blue that comes from the Bible, which Native Indians also wear. The braiding of the hair, the shield. This is also in a lot of the archaeology and the way we wear clothes because it's the shield of David, it's the Magan Dawuda. The Hebrew is very similar to the different Native Indian dialects and tongues. Even the Bat Creek stone that they found with the ancient Hebrew that they read upside down for years. They read it upside down for years in the Smithsonian, and one day they saw it from, the guy was looking from the other table and realized they was reading it upside down. But it's ancient Paleo Hebrew that was found that Native Indians wrote on the wall.
That's right.
So we're the same people.
This is our life-sustaining message today. For more than 500 years, however, contrary forces of greed has worked to destroy our natural laws and our love for Mother Earth. We have greatly opposed our nation. They have greatly opposed our nations, our ceremonies, our teachings, and our sacred places in the name and in the idea that they call Christendom in Western Europe. The U.S. Supreme Court rulings and other U.S. actions have expressed these opposing forces, claiming a right of Christian sovereignty and dominion over the territories of the nations based upon the idea that Christian nations of Europe acquired jurisdiction over lands, over heathens and infidels. The U.S. Justice Department made that exact argument in the U.S. Supreme Court case in 1954, Teton Indians versus the United States. The Justice Department even quoted Genesis 1:28 in the book of Psalms from the Bible to support the claim of right Christian supremacy. This is a direct contradiction with the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution and the separation of church and state.
We have, spiritual leaders that guide us, but it's everyone's responsibility to bring that into their life.
Yeah.
It's more, I think it's more personal than Catholicism, like how they go to the church to pray. Like, I'm taught I can pray, you can pray anytime, anywhere.
Right.
And it's about the intention. You might not always have the things that you need to pray in the way that you were traditionally taught to pray, but those things shouldn't stop you from entering that spiritual space.
So if there's a problem in the community, right? There's an issue. Anything, just typical social stuff, whether it's marriages or marriages not working out, people in counseling, disputes. Typically, your leaders would handle that, whether it's religious leaders, political leaders. But I would guess who would be your elders, your spiritual elders would normally adjudicate. They would sit, hear the matter and judge, or how does that work?
I don't know. No, I'm not sure.
If my son steals from you, my son breaks into your house and steals from you, what happens?
Oh, you're just talking about old school.
Like no, not old school. Okay, I'm trying to get an idea of how much control you have in the different, I don't want to say reservations, but in communities.
It's not like that anymore.
It's not like that anymore.
There is a judicial system that's put in place in most tribes. In order for tribes to be considered sovereign nations, they need to have viable government structures that the United States can deal with. So they have judicial systems and courts now, but I think historically, and even to an extent, like a lot of stuff stays out of the courts because community holds each other accountable.
Okay, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about more.
Yeah. I mean, if something happens, like, I don't know, you don't want nothing to happen because it's not like it's just going to be handled in the court and no one's going to know about it. Everyone's going to know about it and it's going to affect.
But is it like the communities trust the court system or they prefer handle it on their own?
I don't know. I mean, it's.
I think that's just from everyone else's perspective. Like, if somebody stole from me because I was recently robbed, I didn't call the cops. Fucking go over there and just beat the shit out of them.
So wait, the cops that show up would be your brothers, your people, or
no, like the actual tribal government cops.
But who are they? Are they U.S.? Are they white? Are they white boys?
They're from our tribe. They're from our tribe.
Okay.
In Standing Rock, in North Dakota, the Bureau of Indian Affairs deployed people from all over the country to evict a lot of the people that you see right in front of you right now. So they might be really good people. I mean, I don't even know who. But from the camp that they were staying in.
And when you say evict, meaning?
They were staying in the camp, they were occupying that land in North Dakota, and the Bureau of Indian Affairs, which is a federal agency.
Right.
But mostly staffed by Native people. They sent them to evict their own people, so to say. So
but
other people could talk more about it.
When you say occupying, this is not
like we've been living there
but
since.
They've been living there for decades.
No, since like April.
Okay.
The camp started in April.
Okay.
But claiming the claim to the land is that it's treaty land.
Okay.
It's not the reservation that the government defines today, but in the original treaties, that land belongs to the Sioux. And so
it's protected.
They should be.
It should be protected.
Should be. Like you said, they lied. But
because we still live in ours.
yeah, they put up a camp there to occupy that land, which, according to the treaty, according to law, belongs to the Sioux and should have been accepted. Yeah, it should have been accepted for them to live there. There shouldn't have been a problem, but yeah. But a lot of people probably say a lot more about it than I could.
I know, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I think 2 weeks ago, last week, Trump signed the executive order to continue with it and put more troops in. And
well, everyone's gone. They forcibly removed everyone.
yeah, but I'm saying, but what is people's reaction
This
to
is the
like?
reaction. This is the reaction. People are angry. People are upset. People are fed up.
The big
Right.
march today, everyone was, saying a bunch of things about what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. The opposition to him agreeing to the pipeline, and everybody's talking about how the pipeline is going to be running the oil through in about a week, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they set up everything. I mean, already.
it's stressful. I don't even know.
Can we get closer without going in front?
Are you familiar with this?
Damn devils in the middle of everything.
You see this 4 colors? Under the fur, there's yellow and white, and then on the other 2 sides you see red and black.
Okay.
So yellow represents like the Asian people, black, and red represents us, and then the white, So that's the unification of all those different peoples.
Hold on 1 second. Hold a second. It's already recorded. So let me ask you, right? So being that shield represents unification, should we still be trying to unify, or should we be trying to separate?
We need to unify more than ever.
Okay, but if we unify with the same people that are oppressing and destroying us, then we're like walking to the slaughter. Shouldn't now be the time to unify with our fellow victims and separate from our oppressors?
Yeah, definitely.
So we here with the Native Indians, the Navajo tribe, going into the teepee in DC by net to the monument.
No Dapple. Everybody's gathering for no Dapple.
Finally, because I thought that yesterday.
I'm wearing the yellow maker suit.
I like that a lot, man.
Now I finally got into it. It's all coming together. I might even make a song to it because I'm saying
My tribe? Yeah. We actually come around this way.
So there's a way you have to.
Clockwise? Yeah. Yeah. That's how we enter and exit.
Everyone I know.
Do you do that?
Probably. Like they already went back.
Yeah.
all my stuff so far is solo. I haven't
Yeah. It's kind of like
There's supposed to be a fire there. When the fire's going,
I'm open to go anywhere.
adjustments up there, and it kind of
I'm done for
How do you make the adjustments?
they have 2 poles
on the outside.
The outside.
See where those strings are? There should be poles there, and then you go and like. You're my two friends. But it's designed so all the smoke just goes right on the top. And then like in the summertime, like if it gets really hot, like sometimes people will roll up the top
to let the air circulate.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty cool. And usually these ones are covered. Usually they wrap around. More than once, like two lines.
Oh, there's one layer and then another layer. Yeah. It's really cool. We camped in a teepee for like 3, or I did for 3 weeks, but it was that walk, and it was freezing, and that really made a big difference, you know, the adjustments.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Oh yeah, and the smoke would kind of get trapped, so you have to adjust it. It's really good.
Enough to keep it warm and to let the smoke out. Like the perfect little balance.
Yeah.
Then your fire will grow and shrink. Keep it this way.
So where you're staying close by DC.
Yeah, it's a walking distance, but
It's too cold.
yeah, it's too cold.
Yeah, and there's people that are going back. Everyone that was here is
You're going back to
Oh yeah, we are gonna go home eventually.
No, I thought you meant tonight, but you meant going back to the room.
Yeah. To find more the rest of the people.
Yeah, find everybody.
So tomorrow they're going to continue the protest?
No, the teepees will be here until tomorrow around noon. They're closing it at noon. But
is there going to be any activity like today, tomorrow? Or today was just
not
one
the
and done?
scale of that march. I think there's going to be people continually gathering here throughout the night, in the morning, and then they're going to probably do like a closing prayer or something.
And the leaders who spoke, where are they now?
In their rooms already,
warming up.
So would these be leaders who are the actual respected leaders by the tribal members, or
They're grassroots leaders.
or are they an integrated government?
integrated.
So they're the sellouts.
Mixture actually, because some of them we can trust and some of them we don't.
Some of them are the sellouts, is what you say. The sellouts are everywhere.
Yeah, sellouts are everywhere.
Yeah, because I mean, we're still here. At least somebody should be here, but they came, spoke the glory. I mean, we have Al Sharpton. So what are some of the names of? Okay, like you've heard of Al Sharpton? You've heard of him, right? Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton. Reverend Al.
He came to the camp. I saw him there.
So he is a recognized leader amongst black people. If I were to look for Native Indian leaders who are recognized like him, but you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What name would I look for?
Kenny.
Kenny?
Candy, Dallas.
Candy, Dallas.
Dallas Goldtooth. Yeah, they're the leaders of this movement.
They're like they've stepped up as figures in the movement.
You said Candy, Dallas, and who? Who Goldtooth?
Candy and Dallas. Dallas Goldtooth, that's his name.
Dallas Goldtooth.
One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy, it get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he
the Lord's 48th annual Passover.
Sunday, April 9th at sundown.
$100 per person or $100 per family. Dragon Community Center, Co-op City, the Boogie Down Bronx, New York.
177 Jars of Loot, Bronx, New York. 10475.
$100 per person or per family. Send your funds in today, no excuses.
Down from $150 thanks to Commander Johnny Ahana. He paying your way, pay for somebody else's. Send in your funds today, no excuses.